Welcome to Empowered to Grow, the podcast. I am your host, Hanan El Basha, the business doctor. Following our conversations with empowered women who woke up one day and consciously claimed, I am more than enough, I am worthy, I am empowered to grow. And along their empowering journey towards realizing their own potential and their quest for growth, they became a beacon of hope and guidance for others. May you also find your inner power to grow. Hello, everyone. Hi, ladies. Apologies first for starting a few minutes late. Just was resolving some technical issues. I hope you're all doing well. This week, I wanted to try the live on a Monday with a bit of a different timing. We'll see if that works or not. This week, I wanted to talk to you about mindset. So basically going back to the fundamentals, and I know most probably you've been hearing mindset everywhere, and some might not really understand what it's about, where it's stemming from, how it's shaped. So I just wanted to bring our attention to the basics and then talk about how to employ a mindset that serves us. Okay, so mindset. What's mindset? Mindset is basically impacting and shaped by the way you act, react, and interact with life and with everyone around you and with circumstances. And thus, it has been found that mindset is actually impacted by mainly programmed by our subconscious, and our subconscious is programmed by our nurture, by our upbringing, and by the circumstances around us. And that's actually a big chunk of it happened between the ages of 0 and 7 years old. So yes, a lot of the things we heard as babies, as infants, has impacted the way we see life, the way we interact with life, and the way what we think about ourselves. So if you're hearing limiting beliefs, or these terms being used, limiting beliefs, inner child wounds, emotional blocks, those kind of things, these are actually shaped and kind of impacted by your subconscious, and that kind of shapes your mindset and how you view matters and how you view life and how you view everything that is happening around you, which again means the way you act, react, and interact with everything. Now, it could be something traumatic. Something really big that happened in your life that kind of shapes it around for you. And it could be something really trivial, like a comment that was said that was kind of thrown your way, possibly even in a friendly way, but that fed your insecurities and your own limiting beliefs. So the basics are, you have a fixed mindset and you have a growth mindset. You have a positive mindset and you have a negative mindset. You have an abundance mindset and you have a scarcity mindset. So these are the kind of the basic terms that are being used. And just to briefly go through them. So a positive mindset means that when you're faced with adversity, when you're faced with a difficult situation, when you're faced with something that kind of challenges you, a positive mindset being employed, you would not think that this is, I can't do this, I give up, I'm not good at this. This would be a fixed mindset. It would be assuming that your current limitations would dictate how you move forth with it. Now, a positive or a growth mindset would say, okay, I might not be able to do this now. I might not be able to kind of use my resources to tackle this at this point in time. Now, how can I get through this? Who can I look up to or reach out to, or who can I use as an example, as a role model, as a shoulder to cry on to get me through this? Why, when, where? Those kind of questions are employed when you're using a growth mindset and when you're using one to challenge whatever roadblocks you have in front of you. A fixed is assuming that you can't do it. A growth assumes that you will do it, you just aren't capable right now. The same thing would apply to a positive mindset and a negative mindset. A positive mindset looks at whatever is around and says, okay, what can serve me out of this, rather than this always happens to me, I'm the victim, this is the negativity, these are the kind of people I have in my life, I have no choice. It's kind of the old synonym of the cup half empty, cup half full. There is a cup, there is no cup, the cup is refillable. All these things apply. and kind of dictate or kind of represent your mindset and how you approach life and matters. The scarcity versus the abundance mindset, and this is one that I had explained before in a post, and I'd like to reiterate, of course, would be that when you have a scarcity mindset means that you can't really see except what you're lacking. Excuse me. So you can't really see except what you're lacking, which means what you don't have a lot of, which means what you believe is what's missing, the ingredients that are missing, the people that are missing, the components, the finances, whatever it is that is missing from your life right now that does not allow you to go into the next phase, that does not allow you to realize your dreams. An abundance mindset, employing that, would be thinking of everything else you have. You're not denying what you don't have at this point in time. You just believe that everything that you do have is an abundance. Your health is your wealth. The relationships, the people that you love, the different aspects of your life. You look at what is there, and how you can utilize that, or whatever components, whatever people are in your life, to get to what you don't have. So you're not fixated on the negative part. You're not fixated on the part that's making you feel at a lack. Okay? So that's an abundance versus a scarcity. Another example that I use to kind of bring this kind of mindset a bit more would be, imagine if you have, well, again, I'm a puzzle lover. So imagine that you get a box with 1,000-piece puzzle. And you're working through it, and you manage to bring together, you thought this is it, you're nearly done, 999 pieces are there, and you discover one piece is missing. One piece got misplaced. And for those who have tackled puzzles before, puzzles are very small and tricky pieces. It's easy to misplace one. But then you look at the puzzle in front of you, and all you can see is the missing piece. Now, that is a scarcity mindset. You're looking at the one missing piece. The abundance mindset would look at the 999 pieces that have come together, the different aspects of your life that you have worked to put together. Now, that becomes an abundance. And realizing that possibly from those 999 pieces, there are elements that kind of fill up the cup where it comes to that missing piece. There are elements that would overflow. There are elements that could overcompensate that feeling of lack that you have for that missing piece or pieces. Okay? So this is what mindset is about. It's about how you look at life, how you look at what's happening around you, how you look at the circumstances, understanding what you can and what you can't control, not overreacting about what you can't control. No one gets to deny their feelings about things that give them a bit of anxiety, give them a bit of stress because they can't control it, but you can't control the weather. You can't control economy. These are the kind of things that if we just look at, this is happening, again, I use this a lot, but those who have heard me before know that I really do employ in my life, because I switched out of that, the Tony Robbins saying that life happens for us and not to us. Living life with a fixed, negative, scarce mindset is one that just says life is happening to me. Everything is set up against me. I'm a victim in this world. Versus looking at it from the other perspective. And that is where I see the adaptive growth mindset. Not just saying, oh, life is rosy, I'm denying everything that's happening around me, I'm detached from reality, this is, where I want to end up, and everything is positive and no one can take that away from me. No, but understanding everything and still going through it, still understanding what you can and what you can't control and all of that. Now that is the life is happening for me. You go through your feelings, you process through them, your thoughts as well, your actions, and you understand that you can extract learnings, you can extract things out of it, and that becomes employing an adaptive growth mindset. I understand my limitations. I understand the things that are stacked up as in the adversities and the consequences in the environment and the external environment, and internally, and possibly some illnesses and possibly some diseases and family members and toxic relationships and all of this, and working through them, working through each one, seeing how do you tackle it, who can support you, where can you go for help, when could I possibly put a deadline for myself to extract myself out of these things. Okay, so this is basically it. That's where you start taking pieces of control in your life back into your life. If you felt like you had no control before, this is where you start, by believing that you can, by believing that it is not impossible, by knowing that nothing happens overnight and no action is big enough to turn your life around 180 degrees. But that you still need to have the awareness, the will, the determination, the perseverance, everything we already employ in everyday life. It's not like we're talking about things that you've never done before. You have done them. You just need to remind yourself that you have been doing them on a daily basis, on a weekly, on a monthly, on an annual basis. Growing up, going through school, going through relationships, raising kids for those, going through careers. You have employed, at one point in time at least, an adaptive growth mindset that got you through the tough times, that got you through the adversity. Now you just have to remind yourself of it. You have to remind yourself not to discount yourself for what you're capable of. And you have to remind yourself that whatever life throws at you is actually to test your boundaries, to test your agility, to test your adaptiveness, to test your perseverance, and to show you your strength, not anyone else. To prove to you over and over again that you can, that you will, that possibly you must. Okay? So that's the message I wanted to bring to you today. Mindset, how to employ it in a way that serves you rather than a way that disempowers you, and how to move forth with an adaptive growth mindset, knowing that you can, knowing that you will, knowing that you must, to get over whatever's happening in your life. Okay, so thank you. Okay, so does anyone have any questions? More than happy to respond. More than happy to see what's happening around today. Any other topics you would like me to talk about, to address? Something that you feel stuck with, overwhelmed with, and you kind of want to kind of get some things going on your end. So, ladies, also please let me know if this is a good time and day to keep going. I'm thinking maybe even half an hour later, just to kind of capture more people, and also understanding that I know that weekdays are better than weekends, so that we understand now. I just want you to get the maximum out of this. I want to provide as much value as I can. I want to be of service for you guys. So just to make sure we're all being empowered to grow together. And as I told you before, for me, it's how I grow. It's with you, through you, with everyone around me, and that collaborative sense that just kind of get things going. Thank you for listening to the Empowered to Grow podcast. For further engagement with a tribe of empowered women, join my Facebook group, Empowered to Grow, or visit my website, www.hananelbasha.com. I'll catch you on the next episode, and until then, know that empowered you empowers others. Love, abundance, and prosperity to you all.